Index laws example 1. Now, example 1 is based on index law 1, which basically says that if you are multiplying, then you will add the powers. Okay, so I've got some pointers here. Now, step 1 is something we're not really going to use for example 1 or for example 2 either. We're going to be using steps 2 and step 3, and step 4 is more when we get into index law 4. So just these two we're going to use, and we're going to use them in the order they're written. All these pointers were written in the order you should probably do things in. Okay. Now step 2 says to multiply and divide coefficients. So when we look at question A, we've got a squared and a to the power of 3. These ones have a coefficient, so we need to multiply them first. 4 times 3 is 12. Alright, now step 3 says, after you've done that, to add and subtract any powers. Now we notice they both have a base of a, and we learned that the base stays the same, and we add the powers. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 12a to the power of 5, I'm going to rewrite it. It kind of looks like a 9, doesn't it? 12a to the power of 5. Let's move on to question B. Step 2 says to multiply coefficients first. Now, this has a coefficient of 5, and over this side we have a coefficient with just a minus. That actually means negative 1, because whenever there's no number, there's a 1. Now, negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. That's step 2 done. Step 3 wants us to add powers. This is multiplication, so we're only adding. And you'll notice we've actually got 3 different pronumerals. We've got x, we've got y, and we've got z. So you can only add when the pronumerals are the same. Now this is x to the power of 3, and this one does not have a power. And we learned, well, what you need to know, is that if there's no power, it's technically got a 1. Just like we learned to put a 1 for a coefficient, you should put a 1 for a power. This y has a power of 1, and this z also has a power of 1. So, when we do this, we are actually putting together x to the power of 3 and x to the power of 1, which would be x to the power of 4, since 3 plus 1 is 4. Alright, now we're going to do the y's. Y to the power of 1 and y to the power of 4, when added, will give us y to the power of 5. And our z is all on its own, so we just leave it as z to the power of 1. Now that's been simplified, but we should go an extra step because we really don't like to leave things with a power of 1, so we're just going to rewrite it with only a z.